Cassine, I don't know right now. Free cipher. We're trying to. Alright, I see the picture now. Let's see if we can rotate. Here, enter position. Alrighty then. That's quite peculiar. Well, I don't know, should we? Should we just leave it like this? Let's leave it like this for a while. So when people come in, they could be tripping. Divine understanding. I went to Trader Joe's and got some strawberries. Sharing love. I missed this by that much. See, I got it. Seeing us doing this video like this, this might help you get used to life on the mothership. Yo. You ever had something happen that you didn't plan, but nothing could have been more perfect? That's what happened today. Now, y'all know today was the last day, or yesterday was the last day of my fast. And so, you know, I'm still going lightweight. You know, had some grapes, you know, lightweight. A couple other had peach. Some bananas. VC Room, I'm not upside down. You have to stop popping pills. You just gave yourself away. But check it though. Sure you don't pop pills, VC Realm. Sure. But for those that don't know, this is VC Realm from the home of hip hop, St. Louis, Missouri. But like I was saying though, right? I had like half a salad today, right? And guess who I run into? I run into I shine, you shine, I shine, I shine. And he hits me off with a mason jar of sea moss. See VC Realm? Ever since you started popping those pills, you're all over the place. Rod Supreme. Alkim Salam. What's the deal with that? What is this? Some of this drill business you talking about here, VC Realm? Unfortunately, yeah, that it's been some bad turns there or something. In terms of a lot of the young brothers involved with drill music, man, have been passing away violently. That's a whole other story right there. Whole other story. One of them things where you kind of just wish brothers didn't feel they had to do that. Unfortunately, that's the case out here right now. Yeah, that kind of stuff, But just running into the brother, with the sea moss. In fact, we're about to take a quick break while I go pour myself a cup at this point, my system is so purified. I don't know if I should even be talking to y'all with all that filth on y'all. All this various filth filth that you guys have been wallowing in while I was busy fasting. We got, did we? I mean, we might have a, we might be down to the nitty gritty like this right here anyway today. We only got a handful of people, but you know the title today, potential and kinetic. You know, I think that's kind of where we left off yesterday. I'm not exactly sure. I didn't rewatch it. But, you know, this is definitely, you know, related to some of the stuff that we touched on yesterday and that we've been touching on, you know, in terms of, you know, you know, seeing the potential in somebody, right? And them actually even being able to put that into motion. You said potential as in what could happen in a good or bad way. Potential as in the black man is God. Potential in that, you know, his first duty is to become civilized, remain civilized, and teach civilization. You know what I'm saying? You know, even in terms of, you know, when we identifying people, right? When we saying that this person is one of us, you know, are we doing that based on the potential? Or are we doing that based on the kinetic? Is that a little bit clearer? A little bit more clear? What's the proper syntax there? Kinetic as in choosing intentionally and specifically, you know, and then, you know, that's, you're right about that. But, you know, adding on, you know, to the step of actually activating. Because, you know, we can look at it from the perspective of today's degree. Right? Look, we all got the knowledge, but has your knowledge added a cipher? You know, that's how, man, you know, and you know, what's the, not just quantity, right? But what's the quality of those ciphers? You see what I'm saying? That's what we deal with when we deal with supreme mathematics, right? Those numbers have a quantity and a quality. And see how, anybody, right? Not to single nobody out, could lose perspective. See, sometimes, we excellent at describing the problem. Self I built. We're so eloquent at describing the problem that you think you got to understand it. You think you did something by enumerating the issues. But if you really got to understand it, then you got a solution. When you're going to get not just eloquent about that, right? But put these things into activation, right? Where these are things that we could put on the scale. These are the things we could put on the scale, right? To say, whether you weigh on the side of righteousness or the side of negativity, the side of devilishry. You see what I'm saying? If we put the scale there, see now is it how much is gonna be? It's gonna be like this. It's gonna be like this. It's gonna be like this. You barely righteous. See, when your knowledge at a cipher, right? That's what we're dealing with. And look, it's not about being in the pearly gates. It is about, like I said, I whatever if that's your life, go ahead and live it. It does have to do with you know, whether we're gonna be able to be in the same ciphers building. You see what I mean? Because in everything, right, you gotta be equipped, right? Everybody gotta be equipped. So right now, what I'm saying, whatever it might be, like, if a person has to go fix some plumbing, right? They probably ain't gonna take me with them. Cause I'm not qualified to do the things, that you said, oh, the chat room king over here is in here. I'm not qualified to do the things required to do a good job at plumbing. So see, if I'm going out, right, to be teaching, right, and I know you got good potential, but you can't put it in activation, then yeah, nah, you can't. Me and you don't be together. You understand what I'm saying? Because see, you know, these people that only have potential, right? They become the weak links in our chain. You said is potential infinite? Who's potential? That's you know that's the big question there. But see, like I said, man, right? You know, when you've moved from potential to kinetic, right? Then your knowledge adds ciphers. So see, we the Asiatic black man, right? Okay, what did you make? What have you made? That what cipher have you added on? See, you know, when it says owner, that's not just about, you know, walking around with your chest poked out saying that you own it. That's also about you gotta maintain it. See? Showing what it says. Become and remain righteous, civilized. So see, to own it, you gotta maintain it. Anybody that's the owner of anything knows what I'm talking about. If you don't take care of it, you won't be an owner for long. See, if if I see that you have become and remain civilized, right? That's another cipher that your knowledge added. See, where did you rise to the top? You know, where did you show that you the most high? See, when you actually go and show that you the most high, right? The cream rise to the top. Where have you risen to the top? See, when did your knowledge add that cipher? What did you further? What did you get from right here to right there? From right here to right there. What did you further? Person, place, or thing. What did you further? You can only judge a man by the fruits of his labor. See, when did your knowledge add that cipher? You see, everybody want to jump to God of the universe, but you ain't got no ciphers to show that what your knowledge added. Like even to the smallest degree, right? Where, people have love, peace, and happiness. You know, uh, they want love, peace, and happiness for you, right? Because of the kind of individual that you've been, you know, with them, to them, and around them. Or did you add 21 ciphers of death, hell, and destruction? You said, am I saying a lot of true and living ain't true and living? Uh, look, you the chat room king. I don't know, I mean, if they the true and living, they the true and living. What do you mean? you know, I'm old school. I don't. No, Mr. Green One. The camera's not upside down. You've just exposed yourself for popping pills. You know, listen, stop it. Get some help. Probably, but look, go drink some milk and you're gonna see me back. Just drink some milk, or I don't know if you you know if you know anybody that has some Narcan, they might be able to help you out. But chat room king, what did you mean by that when you said am I saying that some of the true and living is not true and living? Like, what is? What I'm saying, it's like, look, this what we deal with, right? We don't really deal with, woulda, coulda, shoulda, when it's already happened. Not in terms of putting things on a scale. Like, it's not like, look, you snatch your old lady's purse, and then I say, yeah, but he's still righteous because he coulda helped her across the street. Yeah, but that's not what he did. And how do I put what he coulda did on the scale, right? When what he did do is something different than that. You said 85s have righteous names and brothers use lingo and stuff. Yeah, that you hit that. See, that's why I didn't understand what you were saying. They not trying to live in. They 85s. That's what I'm saying. We have to, we us. So if we can't identify ourselves correctly, how is everybody else gonna identify us correctly? Truth rules. you know, see, Truth Rule said, what's the difference between potential and kinetic? See, your potential, right? When somebody describes your potential, this is a description of the powers that you have, right? These are the powers that you have, the things that is within your power to do. Kinetic describes the things that you've done and the things that you're doing. So see, when you see a brother walking around, right? And okay, just from the science of your parents, right, being original people, you the Asiatic black man, right? Asiatic, the planet Earth, right, is the home of Islam, right? The planet Earth, Asia. So we the Asiatic black men. This is our home right here. This, all the nutrients in our body is the same as the nutrients right here because this is our home. That's okay. You have the potential to be God of the universe. But see, want you to make it the owner, the cream of the planet Earth, father civilization. See, those is all things where you put the powers that's in you as the Asiatic black man into motion. You put it into activation. And that was one of the things I was saying, you just came in. Shaquem, what's the deal? Now, Shaquem, I'm not in fact upside down. They slipped something a little bit extra. They slipped something a little bit extra in your trees. You have to go back and see that guy. You got to go back and see that guy and ask him what's wrong with him. But yeah, where was we? Oh yeah, potential and kinetic. So this is the difference between potential and kinetic. You know what I'm saying? Is that there's the idea of God. We can sit around and talk about it. But are you really gonna be God? Like, don't get me wrong. Talking about it, that's a step. Just the fact that you're able to articulate and manifest an idea in words, that got something to do with how clear the picture is. That got something to do with how much you know what you're talking about. Can one be kinetic and return to potential? Yeah. You know, that happens. That's definitely, a part of that's definitely a part of physics. You say, can I say knowledge is potential and wisdom is kinetic? No. See, because knowledge goes from knowledge to born. See, the final stage of knowledge is actually activation. You said after you become kinetic, ain't no going back. Nah, I mean, look. Look, we don't call nobody out. But on this channel, you got people that, when they came on here, they had to renew their history. Like, you have, pretty much, look, the story of the prodigal son. At that point, at that point, you better off than the average person that's only in a potential state, because you know how to get back into the kinetic state. See, like, if you had the knowledge, right, then you know how to go back and study your lessons. If you was truly in the kinetic state, right, meaning of your own will and power. And you wasn't just being moved around by the magnetic of all the people around you. Okay, so what would you say? A person who they came into the knowledge, they learned 120, right? They was strong builders, right? And then they went away to college. You know what I'm saying? And, they got, just caught up in that life. You know, they lost the contact, you know, with their brothers and sisters, you know, that they used to deal with this culture with. So, you know, they kind of, and you know, that's easy to happen, right? Because we immersed in this other big culture, right? So, you know, so now they pretty much dealing with that. You know, that's their everyday life. You know, maybe not necessarily that, you know, they you know, dropped a righteous name or stopped eating or started eating pork or nothing, right? You know, what would you know, would you say that that person is still in the kinetic state? He said knowledge is the foundation. Indeed, knowledge is the foundation. But that don't mean that your knowledge is kinetic. See, your knowledge could be dormant. You cannot use it. Happens every day. Somebody tells somebody exactly how to do something. You know, somebody that is known, you know, you know, you've seen them be successful. And what the person do? They do something else. They didn't use the knowledge. The knowledge wasn't kinetic. It was just dormant in their head. You know, like somebody ever do something stupid, and then after they tell you, you be like, wait a minute, you knew the car was coming and you walked out into the street? You trying to kill yourself? You understand what I'm saying? You had the potential to avoid that car, but your knowledge wasn't kinetic. To be kinetic means to move. Potential is a thought. The thought gotta be kinetic too, man. Kinetic is more showing improvement indeed. Yeah, the knowledge is potential energy until you make it kinetic. Like, this is what I'm saying. If the knowledge is not kinetic, right? This is a good example right here, right? See, if the knowledge is not kinetic, you ain't coming to an understanding. See, like when I know one thing, right? I know this fact and I know this fact, right? And then, you know, I'm formulating in my mind, you know, things based upon these two facts, right? That knowledge is kinetic. But when I don't have that power, right, or I don't use that power, right, then that knowledge was just potential. But when you get in the car and you drive, right, that knowledge is kinetic. You're using that knowledge. You see what I'm saying? There's remember you should be in school and it was shit that you know you tell the teacher like, yo, you know, I'm not gonna have to use this knowledge. Now, on some of them things, you was right. Think of how many things that you learned in school that you used to do all the time, and now you don't recall it. That's because that knowledge wasn't kinetic. But the stuff that you do every day, you don't even have to think about it because it's kinetic. You've been using it so long that now it's inertia of ideas. And see, that's what happens. That's what I'm saying. Apply that to this knowledge, right? That principle. Well, yeah, it's people that they came around and they know the black man is God, right? They're aware of how to use our language. Jarrell Boylan, it's been a minute. Right? They're aware of how to use our language. But then when you look at their life, you can't see no evidence that they're a man of knowledge and wisdom and understanding and culture and refinement, and it's not a savage in the pursuit of happiness. There's no evidence of that. Right? Potential is describing the things that you're able to do. Kinetic is describing the things that you've done and are doing. Say chemistry is one thing, biology is another. Doing the knowledge is physical chemistry in a compound of matter. Biology and chemistry is absolutely two different studies, but they highly related though. You know what I'm saying? Because you wouldn't probably I'm sure you don't classify them as chemicals, but we got all these different substances that react. You know what I mean? Like the endocrine system. You know what I'm saying? The digestive system. You know the red blood cells. All of the different processes that these things put in motion, right? Is chemistry. You know what I'm saying? We eat a strawberry, right? But the vitamins and the minerals in the strawberries, right? When they interact with our body, that's chemistry. But there's absolutely other, like your bones, the mechanical way that your bones, your muscular skeletal system works. Even that's related to chemistry because the what makes your muscles contract is chemistry. The way the whatever you call it, muscular skeletal system works, I guess that would be a little more related to physics. Because see, all those sciences is inside of us. You see what I'm saying? I think it's time for a break for me to go get a glass of sea moss there. The bar, what's the size? Right, well, the bar has experience in the medical field there. So the bar says the musculoskeletal system works. The way the musculoskeletal system works is biology, chemistry, and physics. But I was just thinking that I should get, because it's been a while, to drink a little sea moss on here to commemorate when this was a Hotep channel. Back in the day, hip hop was just getting started out in St. Louis, Missouri. Out there at the home of hip hop where it was founded. In the great state of Missouri. One thing I was wondering, this is a side note, but while I got you here, VC Ron, is there a reason why Missouri City is in Texas and Kansas City is in Missouri? Like, I'm just saying, just being from New York City, right? I don't understand. I don't understand that. Like that's like if New York City was in New Jersey. Chat room king. Yeah, that topic right there, we don't want to get banned. We don't want to get banned. We don't want to start. We don't want you. You're a little bit newer to the channel. You don't know these people. Like I know the random jewelers there. They'll get us kicked right off of here. Yo, what's your name? I did miss that too. I meant to bring that up in Wise West Coast Wise Malik Allah, what's the deal? West Coast Wise, I put it in the chat, and I was gonna comment on it too, but I got sidetracked with something else. But I'm gonna tell you something. I didn't even know James Earl Jones was still alive. Until that came across the feed, I did not know James Earl Jones was still alive. But shout out to James Earl Jones. Absolutely, a lot of iconic, a lot of iconic roles there that he played. You know, no, I didn't really have any particular. It wasn't like I thought I heard that he died. It's just that it's some people that I mean he was 93. He was just in Coming to America too. Yeah, see, I don't really watch movies, so that's not something I would have caught. See, Malik Claudine, that's what I'm talking about. I know that one. Even that kind of title, that's kind of why I stopped watching movies. Because it started just being movies where it's like you just remaking the same movie over and over. Then you try to do a movie and it's like, yeah, I already know. I already know what's gonna happen. Like this, the whole plot, and like just, and that still kind of exists. It's kind of like for the most part, right? If you go to see Batman, Batman's not gonna die. Like you already know Batman's gonna win the last fight of the movie. Yeah, actually, man, I'm still eating fruit. But look, I was just telling people, look, I'm about to take a quick break and pour me a glass of sea moss. I don't know. I got some nice strawberries here. Crisp and sweet. But yeah, I was just telling everybody that that was crazy the way like I like when I don't plan something. Again, that ever happens to you where you didn't plan something, right? But nothing could have been more perfect. So right coming off my fast, I ran into I Shine, You Shine, and he gave me a whole mason jar He gave me a whole mason jar of sea monster. Ooh, Bingo Long and the Traveling All Stars. Hey, listen. You know one thing, man. That look, I didn't like that. That was some shit. Which I know they didn't make that movie for kids, but and remember that movie used to come on like 2 or 3 times a year, man. And yo, to this day, I thought that was fucked up what they did to the dude, the one dude where they cut his tongue out. Yeah, Fat Man Scoop too, man. That was the guy that a lot of wise people, man. Yeah, that was crazy to hear that, man. You know, and you talking about two totally different things as far as the age. You know what I'm saying? Like James Earl Jones, he definitely lives. Not saying that it's good that he's gone and nothing, but I'm just saying that uh, he's gone after having added many ciphers. You know what I'm saying? Like all these various roles that we talking about, he played. You know what I'm saying? And, whatever impact he might have had on things that I don't even know about. You know, as opposed to Fat Man Scoop, where it's like, man, you know, he's added a lot of ciphers to it, most definitely. But at his age, you would think, yo, he got a lot more ciphers to add. So yeah, that wasn't neither one of those things was the favorite thing you want to hear. So Fat Man performed last year. Hmm. Yeah, that's but yeah, Certain Love. You see, we gotta be politically correct. We gotta be politically correct, Certain Love. We trying to have a easy day. You know what I mean? Let's be easy. It's a kinder, gentler random jewels today. This is not the old harsh random jewels. We've turned a new leaf. into the eyes so you can. It's political correctness. Especially in this present kind of atmosphere that we have out here. You know, using that kind of filth, flying filth when you know, it's possible that a woman could be the next president. It's possible that a woman could be the next president, and then what you? Hey, listen, and said woman used to be a prosecutor. So I don't know if you want to delete that. I don't know if you want to delete that comment. I don't know if you want to delete that comment before she gets in office. You know. Yeah, I did. When I get off of here, I wanted to. When I get off of here, I wanted to watch the debate. Okay, so Complete just came in. Not Complete. I just want to ask you a question. What do you call plain eggs with white rice? Yeah, I'm about to ask. I'm about to ask Complete what happened in the debate, but I have to ask Complete. What do you call plain eggs with white rice? It sound like a late night snack PR style. Now listen, the reason why I ask you, right? It is funny that you said that, late night snack PR style, right? Because a brother who, that's his background, his family is from Puerto Rico, right? He gave me a specific name that he said. That I said, look, we gonna keep politically correct, so we're not gonna say the name. But listen, I got, maybe we go over to the other channel, the City Sciences, where we could get a little bit looser, and I actually was the science of that. You know what I'm saying? But it's funny that you still recognized it. Certain love said the poor man's meal. But it is funny that you went right to that world, even though you didn't say the specific name. Anyone else on here? I don't. Have you ever? What do you call? Has anyone else heard of that? Plain eggs with white rice. So hold on, let me get. Give me 20 seconds. Give me lifeline. Yeah, you get hit a lifeline. The way he said it, it sounds like something that, maybe an older woman would know. But, that was, but, let me get this, give me 30 seconds. I'm gonna get the CMOS, you know what I'm saying? And Then I want y'all to tell me what went down in the debate there. So hold on. Hold on for a second. I gotta find my Palo Santo. Oh, there we go. So I got my Palo Santo in my CMOS. I need some shea butter right now. Cleanse. See, y'all don't know about that kind of stuff. Okay, so back to the programming there. So first of all, just kind of tail the tape, right? Tail the tape there, right? Who won? Did everyone go get a glass of did everyone go get a glass of CMOS at the same time? You said no contest. Meaning like they both forfeited or one person, or it was a landslide? You said Trump can't stay on topic, constantly veering off on immigration. Okay. And so, did 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 what's her name? Kamala? Did Kamala stay on topic? Yeah, so complete. I was just asking. So just the tail of the tape. Who who won? Like who was the policy wise she held her own? That's actually wild because she doesn't have a lot of policies. At least that she spoke on before. Maybe she used that opportunity. She used that opportunity tonight to do that. So, I mean, from what you're saying right here, Jarrell Boylan, it sounds like Kamala won. Well, I mean, she got a decent, Donald Trump asked why she hadn't done any of what she's promising to do later. I mean, she's not the president now. I mean, just saying, you know, uh, it seems like she had a clear way out of that one. I'm just saying. It was a straw man debate. You know, that was something that I saw the potential for that to happen. But just kind of, that's kind of basically kind of how uh, politics is now. You know what I mean? It's just the left versus the right. You know what I'm saying? Uh, meaning like, you just arguing with this, set of ideas, that the opponent is supposed to have, whether they like it or not. You know what I mean? And a lot of times, they trying to pin the most extreme views of the other side on the person. That's a certain amount of ridiculousness. She was name dropping all his haters and ex-advisors. She had no real substance, just rhetoric and word salad. Okay, so, no one is saying it, right? Let's get back to question A, right? Who won? Right, yeah. Saying she's pushing for post-term abortions. Yeah, I'm fairly sure he misspoke on that. I can't, I don't want to put words in his mouth, but I'm fairly sure. which that always has been my question, right? Is you know, you know, can we abort a person at any time during their life? Shalom, what's your signs? I meant to hit you back too. I suppose you got caught up. I was just telling the guys, man, I end up meeting the guy with this here, and I had went by the hospital earlier to see the guy Arif. Guy's good. He be out a couple days. So I could say Trump beat her, but she definitely earned an honorable mention. She wasn't Hillary at all. Ah, man. Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna check it out. You know what I'm saying? But you know, that was a little sidetrack there. You know, you know, sometimes I find what they are doing entertaining. All from one. You know, sometimes I find what they're doing entertaining. You know, but at the end of the day, we doing what we doing. You know, you know, the same thing is gonna happen. It's a political version of love and hip hop. Yes, I mean that's what I'm saying. It's look, it's about what we doing because you know the same thing is gonna happen, and you know dealing with the politics of it, right? It's that the see politics is like the streets, man. You know when you see a shot, you gotta take your shot. You know what I'm saying? But you know just the degree, you know, whether it come through politics or however, right? You know the degrees of change. You know what I'm saying? And just the understanding, you know, the one thing that I do think, you know, in terms of politics, uh, you know, just is the way see politics requires long term planning. Halftime. You know, politics, you got a lot of moving parts. You know, how to manage all those parts, keep them in order, you know, those types of things. You know, but like I said, it's like I give you an example of what I'm saying, right? About, you know what I'm saying, understanding those, you know, the way reality is moving in all of those levels, right? Is that you know, there's other groups in America, right, that had crime errors. right? But you can see where other people was able to use that, transform that uh into legitimate success. You know what I'm saying? Whether it was through investing those proceeds in businesses, whether it was through uh investing those proceeds in a kid's education, or whatever the case may be. And just saying that, a lot of these people, they wasn't necessarily in favor, with the greater society when they came here. So saying in that, in that, in that, that kind of idea, in that kind of context, it's not like it's never happened before. It wasn't per se off crime. It wasn't crime. Brothers was doing legitimate business, but during like Reconstruction and all of that. Those was brothers that, they seen, they shot, and they took it. You know what I'm saying? Meaning that, look, if anybody could have complained, right, about the situation, the environment, in terms of the difficulties that a black man might have moving through this society, it definitely would have been none. You know what I'm saying? Like, every argument against reparations or against, civil rights is out the window when you're talking about those brothers and sisters that was in the Reconstruction era. You know what I'm saying? But they flipped that opportunity. You understand what I'm saying? Exactly. Every group, in New York in particular, that history is well known. You know what I'm saying? That, the various immigrant groups that came here, they had, they organized crime elements. And a lot of them went from, petty crooks, you know what I'm saying, to, having mansions all over Queens and Staten Island. You know what I'm saying? There's and I mean, that's the history of, various advancements that was made. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know how many people outside of New York know that it was a thriving black community called Seneca Village that was, when they built Central Park, they took out that neighborhood. And those types of things, those happen from, one or two people or a group of people, right, being able to think long term. So they find an area and they just start buying up properties over there. You know what I'm saying? And then they invite other people, buy these properties right here. Until they got a community, until they got enough people together to say, okay, boom, we know, that we all got a certain mind, right? So we want our children to have that mind. So we're going to put our own school together, right? You know, that it's not necessarily for us, but I'm just saying, you know, just talking about the history of it, we're gonna put our own church together, right? With whatever it is, you know, that type of thinking, uh, you know, you can't do that on a short term basis. You know, these ain't things that's gonna be done by sundown. These is things that take supreme mathematics. You know, these are the things that people, you know, people that's not in the same place at the same time gotta be executing on the same mathematics. Everybody gotta be on the same page, dealing with the same blueprint. And that is why, right? Great segue, great segue. That is why your knowledge has to be kinetic. You have to actually use your knowledge and put it in motion. It's not, you know, everything got to be kinetic. It's not, you know, knowledge is only potential, wisdom is kinetic, or everything got to be kinetic. You got all of those things is just potential. Wisdom is just potential too, until you do something. Right? Potential is what you might do, and kinetic is what your might does. You know, what it's done and what it's doing. Right? We measure energy, right, by what it does. But it's two different things. See, like for instance, right? How many people know that the roof over your head has potential energy? How many people know that? Type 1 in the box. Yeah. See, when whatever crane, right? Whatever crane or whatever machine or however they did it, right? Whatever they use to pick that object up, right? And when they put it in a place where it's stable, that energy is stored right there. Now see, if that energy goes kinetic, we fucked up. I'm just saying it's just an example, right? It's just an example, right? it's an example of how different potential and kinetic is. It's an example of how different it is to just, you've been exposed to our knowledge and you actually put in an activation. You see what I'm saying? The same way that potential energy, right, being unleashed, right, will have a tremendous impact on me, right, or whoever was under that roof. Somebody that's unleashing their potential energy, right, is going to have an impact on everything around them, right? And if it don't, then it's not kinetic. Because remember, energy, for the most part, can't be seen by the naked eye. You can see a lightning bolt. There's some, things you can see. You can see an explosion. But for the most part, right, if the light switch is on, if the light is shining. Right? You know that your phone has power if the screen is on. There's some impact that energy is having on matter, right, that you're able to quantify. And so I'm just saying, just in terms of, for me at least, right, it's about seeing who's qualified and not qualified for me to be around, right? For me to say, okay, 1 and 1 is 1. Me and you is, me 1, you 1 is 1 and the same. That's not to tell you what you're doing or to tell you what you're doing is wrong, but it's just to say, right, that I have to, because remember what we said yesterday, right? I got to preserve the best part for myself. And what that means is I can't be around everybody. I can't be around every place. I can't be around every situation. Kinetic adjective, relating to or resulting from motion. Exactly. Everything that happens, right, as a result of that energy being in motion, right? This is what kinetic describes. See, look, let me look. I'm gonna give you an example right now. I'm gonna shut it down. I'm gonna make it crystal clear for you. I'm gonna make it crystal clear for you, right? I'm gonna make it crystal clear for you the difference between potential and kinetic, right? Now, you know how somebody owe you money, right? You know how somebody owe you money, right? And then you see them buying a whole bunch of expensive stuff. See, they could have potentially gave you your money. They could have potentially gave you that money. but they arm didn't go kinetically into their pocket. They hand didn't go kinetically into their pocket and give you your money. You see how that's different? You just saying, you saying that these people got the potential to be God. You know what I'm saying? Or the potential that you see in them. Right? That's the potential. They have the money. No, Content Kings, my camera is not upside down. Someone slipped you a Mickey. I don't know who you've been around, but you need to backtrack right now. You understand what I'm saying? Like, you see how that's different. That's what I'm saying. See, the person who's just been exposed to my knowledge, right? Our knowledge. Nowadays, you hear the slang term, you ain't got no motion. Okay, now look, I think I know what it means, but I'm saying, what does that mean? What is the, it gives me a certain idea. I like the way that rolls off the tongue right there. You ain't got no motion. But no, I'm just saying that's the same difference. The same difference, right? If a person say, look, suppose somebody call you up, right? Oh, you're not getting money? That's what all right. That's what I'm saying. Suppose a person call you, right? And they say, yo, you know that $50 I owe you? I got it. Essentially, it isn't about anything until it happens. Exactly. Suppose the person say, look, that $50 I owe you, I got it. What is this? You got some typos there, DeBar. He tells you that I got it, right? And then he says, look, meet me in this place right here, right? And then y'all meet, y'all have the whole kind, y'all talk, about the Giants and the Jets game, right? And then, he's like, all right, man, I'll see you later and shit, right? Right? Would you say he gave you the $50? See, he didn't give you the money. He didn't put that in Kinetic. He gave you the idea that he was going to give you the money. He talked about the money, but he didn't give you the money. See, that's the same way when somebody come up to you, look, and they got a righteous name. They're using the language, but their knowledge ain't had no ciphers. Not of life, not of love, peace, and happiness. Of death, hell, and destruction. That's about it. And even that's something, yeah, that's even Kinetic. Even if it's negative, because look, you could sit there daydreaming about robbing the bank. You could go get the weapon, the mask, the note, and don't do nothing. How about the one where he gives them the money, and after they separate, the police rolls up on you? Whoa. That's a horrible one. He said, take it that they are kinetic with your money in their hands. Yeah. But the thing is, the movement of the money is not coming past you. So look, we're gonna go to Alamel. We're gonna see what Alamel always has a quote and a half for us. Alamel has a quote and a half for us. You know what I'm saying? Potential until it's activated is misleading, or the lie. Kinetic also refers to the actual factual in motion. I wouldn't say it's misleading. What I say is that a lot of times people project that potential into reality. You know what I'm saying? Like, look, this is. Let me give you an example of what I'm saying. It's just an example, right? How many of us on here like sports? Right? Think about the draft. How, that's basically what people are trying to do there, right? And what we all have a dude like, look, how many people thought Zion was gonna be a beast? How many people thought Ben Simmons was gonna be a beast? You understand what I'm saying? That's just an example of what I'm saying, but then it also happens in the knowledge. Where somebody comes up and says peace, right? Gives you a righteous name and uses our language. And then you project God of the universe onto them. Sir Love say he's still waiting on Zion. Now I think it's a wrap, sir. I think I think it's a done deal. I mean, I like him and all that, but the pros, it don't pan out like that. But these are just different examples, what I'm saying, of potential and kinetic, right? And then bringing it back to apply it to when you're building with people, right? Not just for the sense of, grandstanding to say, you bomb that person or you know more than them, right? But to the extent to say that, okay, we got things that we doing, right? I know that person is qualified in that way. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know the guy, he DJ or something, you know what I mean? I might need to do a function or something. All right, he DJ. See, I know what he knows. This is my brother. We one and the same now, right? We've brought each other close like this through building. And so now we know where we could walk together, right? I know where, when I'm walking over there, right? I know which brother is going to help me get to my destination. You know what I'm saying? The fastest and the easiest. You understand what I'm saying? How many people, right? Whatever neighborhood you from, because this guy exists in almost every neighborhood, right? How many people know that guy, right? That, you grew up with him. He's your man. But you cannot go no place with him because he's going to start some shit. and you just trying to go to the pizza shop, but look, nah, I don't want you to come with me, man. Like, I'm just trying to get a slice of pizza. I don't want to get into the shits. I'm sure I'm sure some of the rest of y'all on here know that guy. And see, you when you 85, you gotta have that experience. Meaning you gotta go a whole bunch of places with him where he start trouble, and then you might learn. But see, when we dealing with this knowledge, that's when we going through the lessons, or just when we might not be going through the lessons. We might just be building on some topics, right? About who is God and who is the devil, right? And some interaction here on the planet Earth, right? We might just be talking about that. And then when I see, like, all right, yeah, now we not, you know what I'm saying? We want to see things the way how you see things, right? I'm not going to the deuce with you. You know what I'm saying? Like, look, I might could walk with you, like in the rally, right? If we come out the auditorium, I might could walk with you to the cafeteria. But see, once we leave out the front door to the rally, when we touch the sidewalk, you going one way, I'm going someplace else. You know what I'm saying? If I have to do my thing, something where I'm building, you know what I'm saying? Say like, we just did the book bags, right? And look, that happened with that. Where it's like, okay, there's certain people that I seen that uh I can't work with you. We not on the same plane. You see what I mean? Like, a lot of times people say that, like, yo, this person over here, and y'all should come together and all that. Yeah, but see, they off point. And see, if they off point, then no, that's not equality. How's it equality if they off point and how we coming together? It sounds like I'm pulling a weight. So, in terms of, like I said before, things that people do, if that's what you do, like, bro, let me tell you something. I got close associates in almost every walk of life that do listen, that sniff dope, shoot dope, smoke crack, wake up and drink liquor. Listen to college professors. Hey, listen, how many people know Ron Cuby? I've talked law with Ron Cuby. Yeah, executive, educators, all these various people. You understand what I'm saying? So I'm just saying that not to, talk down their life, because that's what I'm saying. They still close associate. That's what you're doing. That's what you're doing, right? I'm not. You're supposed to stop, right? And you my close associate. But see, look, when you pull the bag out, Yeah, go over there by the phone booth and shit. Don't. You know what I'm saying? I don't partake. At certain times, yeah, other people might come by that you know from that world or whatever. You know what I'm saying? And yo, dog, see you later. Me and my man about to go do what we do. You see what I'm saying? And when I see you tomorrow, we gonna say peace and we gonna interact how we interact, right? But I've judged for myself that I don't want to do what you do, and when you're doing that, right, I'm not going to be around you. You know what I'm saying? It's not about rather the look. Some of them is good people, right? In terms of like right now, if I seen them and was like, yo, I need $2 to get a sandwich, they give me 20. That's something that they do. They gotta overcome that. We all have stuff we gotta overcome. They just got a little bit higher hurdles. That's just in terms of people is who they is, man. You know what I'm saying? We don't talk about them, but you have to have judgment, man, for yourself, man, and the people who you determine to be qualified to be around you and for you to be around them. And see, that includes us. Because see, don't bring your peoples around me, man. That's off point. Because you see the potential that if you brought him around me, right, then listen, man, don't bring nobody around me that's not civilized. They might don't have supreme knowledge. That's understandable. They may not have the most divine understanding. I mean, wisdom, pardon me. Or the most universal understanding. Right? All that I could deal with. But I don't want you bringing no uncivilized people around. But at any rate, I think we covered this topic. Potential versus kinetic, and kind of how to observe that concept, you know what I'm saying, in your movements, man. Everything, like, even if you talking to somebody and they telling you something. Like, I knew this brother that Boston College was scouting him already, like in the 9th or 10th grade. And they had offered him a scholarship. And pretty much once they offered him the scholarship, he dropped out of high school. And that was just, he was like, yo, why you ain't going to school? Like, yeah, now I'm going to Boston College. And it's like, bro, how you going to get into Boston College? That was kind of crazy to me. See, because he knew he had the potential, he didn't keep the plan in Kinetic. But like I said, we covered that. We got any questions out there before we wind this one down? Y'all can ask y'all questions while I drink my sea moss. Namaste. Yeah, pretty much. I went to the supermarket there, the Trader Joe's. I don't know if they playing games, and because they do that kind of thing. Well, first of all, they just opened, so they that could be one reason is why their prices is extremely reasonable. It could also be that they trying to knock all the other supermarkets out the box. That's in the neighborhood, so then they can lock it down and then raise the price back up. But actually racked up over there. I got some of the ravioli with the cheese in it. No, Don Bishop. Someone must have slipped you a Mickey. So the around your way, the Trader Joe's are charging the same price as everybody else. Well, look. I'm going to go ahead and enjoy this while it lasts. And just do my shopping over there. They got a big piece of salmon like that. $9. No, what's this? What's this you talking about, Don Bishop? Shakanulu. Yeah, Shakanulu, what it is on your iPhone, you got to download. It's a patch. Something's wrong with your phone. The live stream is in fact oriented correctly, but you gotta get the update. Yeah, but what is this? what is this you're speaking on here, Don Bishop? See, Tifa ain't come in. He always be talking about that gluten. I bought some gluten-free pancake mix. I bought some gluten-free pancake mix. I'm gonna see if it tastes the same. What's the hour? I know I got therapy. I got some big days coming up. I got I got my regular therapy tomorrow. Where you said eating healthy is an acquired taste. Nah, I mostly eat the same stuff. See, I didn't eat that much unhealthy stuff from the jump. So for me, it was more just a cutting out. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't that much, new stuff that I started eating. Although I just was, I was watching something and, I don't know, what's the full merits. I haven't done the whole research, but look, maybe somebody else heard this. They was presenting some things where they was saying that fruit is meant to be eaten, right? But the leaves and the stems is not really meant to be eaten, right? And they heard evidence for that, you know what I'm saying, was they were saying that that's one reason why vegetables a lot of times is bitter, is because that's for it to be a deterrent against getting eaten by animals, but that because the fruit have the seeds and the animals spread the seeds, that they want you to eat the fruit. And that they were saying that that's one of the reasons why you gotta eat so much vegetables to get the nutrients, because even they're saying like it's certain nutrients within green vegetables, but then it's also some kind of like anti-nutrients, like something that kind of cancels out whatever is the effect of certain nutrients that you would get from from whatever is the green vegetable that you eat. You said bananas and berries mixed reduce the flavonoids by 80%. And see, that's something that you see a lot. And I'm saying like banana and berry juices, right? Rather, it's when you go to the just the supermarket, or wherever you go to a place that does the fresh juices, right? They a lot of times that'll be one of the you can always go there, order your own combination of juices, but that'll be one of the drinks that's there. You know what I'm saying? So that was something that I'm a research on that. I mean, because it was one of the things where it's like, okay, I don't know if they had an agenda. You know what I mean? Because like when they were saying, they was kind of promoting meat, so I didn't know if like they was promoting a certain type of diet or whatever. But they was saying that certain vegetables, they were saying that at one point they was more used medicinally. You know what I'm saying? And that, people, when they collected the berries or whatever, and then, the fruit and the berries and the meat, but not so much vegetables, that was something that, the way they was describing it, like I said, it's research that I would have to do, you know what I mean? But, I just brought it up. Maybe one of y'all know about it, you know what I'm saying? Anyway, what happened there? I need to get those. What was those last two comments I didn't see? Well, I saw Complete said that peanut butter and jelly is actually a superfood. Now, what about, I'm asking, I don't know, right? Peanut butter and jelly, right? Now, theoretically, right, you could just mash peanuts and you could just mash grapes, right? But, knowing what I know about the food industry, right, peanut butter and jelly are two of the most processed foods. Like, does that have any impact on it, or is that, or is it less processed than I think? Now, Don Bishop, can you copy and paste your comment again, because I read a part of it but I missed it. I wanna. Peanut butter has rat shit in it. So you can fuck around and get sued. I mean, I'm not sure what you're talking about. I do know that there's some kind of guidelines, concerning the cleanliness of foods that allow, okay, right, the mixture of sugar and protein. I can understand that part. But and there is something where it's like, okay, let's say if, I guess the food might be being transported, the food might be being transported from here to there. Like the peanuts might be getting transported from here to here, right? And in the midst of them transporting it, let's say a rat gets into the plate, whatever the storage container, right? There's extra amount of things, there's insect parts or whatever, and like Shaganulu is saying right here, according to these guidelines, there's a certain amount, of that they will allow per whatever amount, right? That's a little bit different than saying peanut butter has rat shit in it. Because first of all, just because that's the allowable amount don't mean that that's what's in it. However, I mean, look, if you didn't know that they allow rat shit, in some of the food supply, now you know. Okay, now 73793 say you can see the rat shit in the Wonder Bread. Whew. That's what I was about to say, Complete. I'm glad I don't eat Wonder Bread. I'm glad I don't eat Wonder Bread, my G. Woo! Okay, brothers are leaving some Israelite camps and are starting their own. Oh, yeah. Yeah, made the wishing name. They messed it up, Don Bishop. You gotta put it back in there. I see what you said. You said brothers is leaving. I got to the part where you said brothers is leaving and starting their own, and then it said uh, and then it said something about the Zuriat, but I didn't get to read it. Tomato sauce has maggots. Boy, I said I haven't eaten Wonder Bread since I left Nigeria in '94. You know, isn't it bug some of the things that they could get all around the world? I don't know if Alabama is trying to make no one ever eat again. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if Alabama is trying to get everybody to go on a fast right now, but you know, there's that. You know, we got VC Realm adding on right now to the parade. But hold on, just copy and paste just the first message again, though, Don Bishop. Okay, Alamel. You know, question, right? Is is anything safe? See, that's what I'm saying. You know, you can drop all the signs, but I'm saying, okay, now what should we eat then? Woo, breatharianism. You know that lady died, right? I'm just, I'm just, you know, because you know, for me, with a lot of things, the jury has to come in, G. Now you got people that have made all types of claims. You know, people make all types of claims, you know, but you know, had you know, is look. Remember, you know, I always ask this question, right? You know, do you want to be operated right on by the person with a wall full of degrees, right, and no patience, or the person where you never heard of their college, you never heard of this school they went to, right? But they got 5,000 successful patients that, you know, they alive 35 years after whatever was the treatment. I don't know. We still waiting. We still waiting for you. What is it uh, that we could eat uh, that doesn't have rat shit? Yeah, that lady. Yeah, she's gone. She said you can eat, just wash your rice. Yeah, I mean, generally speaking, though, I don't think that's enough. Because if you got rat shit in the rice and then you wash it, right, then all that water is just spreading the shit bacteria around all the rice that it wasn't touching. Who you talking about? The Liver King? He's lying. He got busted. He got busted with steroids. Complete said, "Are you aware of how rice is made?" Good question. So the only way to stop it is we got to take the whole 196,940,000 square miles. I mean, I can't argue with that. You can't argue with that. It's a tall order. Complete said it's fertilizer and poop. Well, I mean, a lot of fertilizer is poop. No, Sanji, that's you need to download. You need to download it. It's a patch. Something's wrong with your YouTube app. You got updated. VC Round said, right, what's permissible for sustenance? That's what the kind of what Alamel is talking about is that there's guidelines. You gotta go through the the FDA. You know what I'm saying? Or whatever. He said, I bought Eclipse protein bar once on lunch break, opened it up, and I saw a live worm crawling. Same thing with a microwave cup of oatmeal. Sometimes the larvae of eggs get into the grains. Indeed. I mean, these is, I don't encounter things like that, but police said they do sample inspections during the process and will shut down an entire line until it gets fixed. But Don Bishop, you still out there? I bring the original text that you sent, where like it said people was going on their own, and then it just said I saw it to Zuriak, and then I didn't get to the rest of it before they so many messages came up. Because I'm looking at over here on the screen. It's not the computer, so I can't scroll back down. Right now, the way this is working, what you see is what you get. Remember boll weevils and dried foods? Yeah. I never actually knew what a boll weevil was. I do remember seeing them. I remember seeing boll weevils on Mutual Omaha, Wild Kingdom. Captain Tizeriak has been openly castigating them. Okay, so man, so what's up with uh well, that was a different. What happened with what's your name then? What was the dude name? The dude that used to always be down on the deuce. Or is it so it's like kind of like all around? I mean, it is kind of yeah, Hashad, that's him. He good. But you know, when you look at it, right? You know, they got a whole bunch of different books. You know, and a whole bunch of different minds about it. You know what I'm saying? Like the mindset of who they are and how they really relate to those stories. You know, so you got some of them that use the whole Bible, some of them that only use the Old Testament, you know, some of them that use Masoretic texts or whatever what do they call that, Don Bishop? Is that the right term there? The Masoretic uh the Masoretic text. You know, like it's so many different mindsets in that, not just different understandings, but it's one thing for us to have, us to see things, a little differently, and we got the same knowledge and wisdom. You know what I'm saying? But it seems like the different groups, right? Brothers have a doctrine dispute. Some brothers believe they are the New Testament. Others believe they still in the Old Testament, but they all read the same book. Nah, but what you saying is what I'm saying. I'm saying that from the outside, right? Me never having no experience with them, it looks like they using different books from the jump. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, it's some brothers that I heard saying, man, I don't deal with none of that. I deal with the Masoretic text. Because right there, that seems like a big thing. You know, uh, I don't, I ain't gonna say I don't see how because I'm not a part of it, but from the outside looking in, how would they how would they, how do they reconcile Jesus? Who he is, what he's about, what he did, these various things, right? Old Testament, somebody who only deals with the Old Testament, right? The different versions, the King James version, the apocryphal text, all of that, yeah. But if you are Old Testament, if you only deal with the Old Testament, right, then doesn't that kind of dictate that you're still waiting for the Messiah, as opposed to if you deal with the New Testament, that you then you would believe that the Messiah came 2,000 years ago. So those kinds of differences was things that I saw from the beginning. You know what I mean? And I looked at that as like kind of a reason that they had so many different groups. You know what I mean? When to my understanding, it started from one. Indeed, the Masoretic text is what some Hebrews follow, yet the groups don't deal with Paul, yet some of the groups don't deal with Paul or the New Testament. Right. So, does the does the Talmud and Kabbalah exist in the Hebrew Israelite world? I mean, not that it exists, but is do they deal with that? District 120. But those is the things, man. Those is uh I mean, and shout out to them. Maybe this is what they meant to do, maybe this is what they supposed to do and all that. But just saying that, uh, when when we see, and look, yeah, y'all probably say the same thing about me, right? But when you see older brothers being real sticklers about certain things, you know what I'm saying? And, you know, everybody gotta know your lessons and all these things. I mean, look, those are the things that kept us one. Those are the things that kept us from going in all different directions, man. You know what I'm saying? There's not all different Allahs. You know what I'm saying? Allah existed. It's audio and videotape of him. I'm saying that when you deal with the historical method, right? That's one of the things that they look at, right? Because there's a lot of people in history, right? One of the things they look at is how long did it take people to write about you? Like, if you really did these great things, right? Why did it take 150 years, right? Why did it take 200 years? So now After 200 years, there's no way you could have knew that person, right? And after 200 years, there's no way that you could have knew somebody that knew that person. And so just by virtue of that, certain things pass into mythology. Just in terms of you hearing a story about something that happened 200 years ago, things is going to be gained and lost. Allah was written about in his contemporary time, interviewed, right, by the news, right, written up in the New Yorker, right, city on the eve of destruction. And I walk with people, right? I was in that time. I mean, like if I wrote something about him, right, according to the historical method, I'm saying, right, I would be qualified because I got the story from somebody who was there with him, multiple people who was there with him. And we don't got 1,000 stories. You know what I'm saying? Allah wasn't, he might have been born in Australia, or he might have been Canadian, or he might have been from Nigeria. Nah. That's not how it is. He was a chef. He was a train operator. Nah, that it's not 1,000 different stories about it. It may be some aspects of the history of his history that you didn't hear. Right? Might be some aspects of his history that I didn't hear. But it ain't like, somebody come like, yeah, and then he went to California for 8 months, and if that happened, it ain't happened during our time. I ain't never heard that. So just saying that, when you see things like that, and like I said, maybe that's what they meant to do. Maybe that's what they supposed to do. Right? Imagine send it to you on the gram. I text you like 10 times and YouTube cut me every time I mention said groups by name. They got some new low-key pull on YouTube. Well, depending on the names you're using, because remember, you also have, you got that issue going on in the Middle East, that if you're using names that, or if the names of these organizations coincide with names of, anything related to that situation, that could be a reason too. But yeah, send it to me on the gram. Yeah, we don't got 1,000 different days. We don't got 1,000 different days for his birth, right? We know what happened to his body. or see all these things, right? That make things pass into the mythology is not our case, man. We don't have a founding mythology. We know the history. But somebody put, right? Imagine after 2,000 years. Point being, if we don't keep it straight now, right? Imagine in 2,000 years, they done flipped the wisdom degree and the knowledge degree. It'd be totally flipped. The knowledge degree would say who's the colored man with the same answer, and the wisdom degree would say who's the original man but with the same answer. So, you know, you know, observe that lesson for what it's worth. You know what I'm saying? The next time, somebody is, on you about your lessons, you know what I'm saying? Somebody is, yeah, you're right. It can say who's the original woman. You damn right. You know what I'm saying? Or, the next time somebody is on you about knowing your AI Motown version of a Nas song. I mean, AI is I mean, I haven't heard that particular, but I've experienced what AI can do as far as music. I don't know, but those is the things, man. That we kept it simple. We kept it straight. You know what I'm saying? And those that wanted to change things to their way, we allowed them to go. And so, now, when you come into the 5%, you don't join this section of the 5% or that section of the 5%. You know what I'm saying? People all over the world listen to this. It's not like, yo, that's the God he's from the tribe of Dan, or the tribe of Levi, I'm from the tribe of Levi, so I don't really build with the guy like that because he's from the tribe of Dan and shit. You know what I mean? We don't got none of that. And one of the reasons, man, is that we cling to this knowledge and this wisdom and this culture. You see what I mean? Especially in this world where, you got, we immersed in this greater society, and is for a few dollars more. Not saying that that's a situation in that, but there's opportunity out there. You know what I'm saying? If you can, reach the people's spirit or whatever, what I'm saying, it take to be an original, whatever it take to be a religious leader. You see what I mean? There's gain in that. All those various things, right? We never let it get changed. You know what I'm saying? We never, nobody grandstand. These is Allah's teachings. We all got our own teachings, man, that, we deal with. We got things that we've had to learn that wasn't around when Allah was around. Elements of society, man, that we had to learn to navigate. You understand what I'm saying? So, of course we got to have our own teachings. Just say we got our own things that we learn. But in terms of the principles of this nation, right? We never... it's no new doctrine came out. We didn't throw out none of the old doctrine. And for me, I'm just saying, like I said, power to them and whatever they going through. But I I wouldn't want us to go through that. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, man, you know, us staying straight with this knowledge and wisdom, this culture, the history, you know what I'm saying? You know, our equality amongst each other and all those things, man, you know, is priceless. You know what I'm saying? But you know, it's definitely one of those things that, you know, you don't you know, you're not gonna notice it till it's gone. You know what I mean? Like, you know, you don't notice the air until something's wrong with it. You know what I'm saying? He said, I met a brother on the gram and got his math and we built a sound, and when I called him Allah, he said, don't call me that. There's only one Allah and I'm not him. I was confused. Yeah, because a lot of people, you know, they know that this is some science, right? They know that, you know, you know, there's some people, right, that they understand that there's things that's unseen, right? But they also understand that there's ways to learn about those things that's unseen with the naked eye and to learn how they work. You know what I'm saying? And so you can still be a religious person and think like that. Like when you say Allah, he's looking at it like you're telling him how the mystery God does what he does. Like that's what I'm saying is the key, you know, about the mindset, about knowing who you is when you read the lessons. See, when he reads the lessons, he's not the original man. You know, now some people, you might have original nation or original people. That's who he is in his mind. He's not the father, he's the uncle. When it says we and us, he's looking at that as some ancient people that existed thousands of years ago. He's not looking at that as him. He's looking at that for, you know, how it interfaces with the mystery God that he believes in. You know, but getting back to the other point I was making in terms of, you know, a lot of the things that, you know, we stood strong in, and, you know, a lot of people might look at as a weak point was, you know, was actually, you know, our strength. You know what I'm saying? It's what it kept the cipher complete. You know, it attracted those that, you know, could thrive, and you know, that righteous atmosphere, and it repelled those that wasn't about it. You know what I'm saying? Instead of them continuing to be amongst us, causing separation. I mean, you know, there's, you know, Don Bishop, there's a lot of people that they get the knowledge, but they still never see themselves as, you know, they always see themselves as little G, God with a little G. Like, look, I don't even like when you hear people talking about they higher self and they lower self and they higher power and I don't like none of that shit. See, to me, all of that is a little bit of evidence that you know you still you got these little bit of strange concepts there, that come from the religious world. You understand what I'm saying? To me, that's now look, this is loose, right? But look, you got the black and the brown, right? That's knowledge and wisdom, right? You got the mind and the body, knowledge and wisdom. Now, when you separate? What happened when you separate the brown from the black? Anyone? This should be an easy one. Alamel said most folks, especially down south, say they are Allah. However, they fall off when they can't get certain people to say it. See, that's DuPont said the O'Brien. You see why y'all gotta be watched? This is why y'all gotta be monitored, man. But you make the devil. Complete and grafted. So what you think happens when you separate the body from the mind, you know what I'm saying, in terms of your existence? You start talking all this shit about your body is the lower self and all this shit. That's when you start, you know, people start returning and, I told y'all about that. At funerals, when people get up there and talk, that's when some stuff come out sometimes. Person go up there and talk, right? And it's like they talking to the person, right? Like if they telling the person what they want to tell them, right? If they was alive and they looking up in the sky. You seen that one? Hey, he's in a better place. Hey, nigga, I thought the planet Earth was the best part. I thought this was the third planet. Where's this other place? Where? So yeah, you gotta watch that kind of stuff, man. Watch that kind of stuff. So like I said, man, that news about, different, I wouldn't call it breaking up, but whatever's going on, you know, keep in mind, what we talking about, uh, potential and kinetic energy too, in terms of keeping this going. See, go from knowledge to born, and then your knowledge out of cipher, then it goes from knowledge to knowledge born. Right? It remains in kinetic motion. You know, don't forget that part. But everybody that made it this far, we do the each one teach one. Hit the like button. Uh, you know, this week, dependent, we'll make an attempt. We'll make an attempt. So I saw that when my mom's return, someone got up and started talking all nice about my mom's, and a fight broke out because my aunt knew they never got along. My aunt dumped her out. Whoa. Whoo. You got a family and a half there, man. Right in the funeral home? I bet that church got your name. That church got your name on the file. Like, who's that? That friend? Nah. Don't let them back in here, man. I broke up a fight. At a repass. That's about 2 years ago. I did actually. That happened. Yeah, they wild honeys. They that's District Wood Trade. You hit it on the head. Hey, listen, they wild honey. Hey, look, every place you ever heard of, saying the jungles. Yo, listen. Hey, yo, say. That's what people would look when they threaten somebody and shit. You ever be in the store and somebody threaten somebody and shit? You be like, yo, you better get ready, cause they really like that. Hey, nah, I know them. They like that. They. Ah, man, only in Black America, man. But like I said, perhaps we'll make it back in. Maybe we should hit. Maybe we should hit the city sciences. Uh, Maybe we should hit the city sciences so we could discuss. You know, some additional aspects of some topics. Nah, this was. I wanted this. It had to be like right after the pandemic. But yeah, nah, it wasn't Power, man. It was this other brother from Mecca. You know what I'm saying? We go down there, and it was like, ah, man, it was crazy, man. Yo, security came in. Oh, nah, yeah, definitely not. Powers jump off was subdued. It was because you know what it was about Power? We was getting hit. We was getting hit up here, G. Like it was, we had caught. I think we caught like a triple. We caught like a triple kick to the teeth, son. Like I think all within that distance of time was a lot real, powerful, and then Power. Like I think we went to Powerful and Power might have been back-to-back weeks. So yeah, we was You know, nobody ain't having it in them to be. Nobody ain't having it in them to be starting no shit. You know what I'm saying? Plus, it wasn't us. The shit I broke up, that was biological family. You know, for once, it wasn't us. It was you know, look, we're improving, man. We're improving. That side of my family is all goons, yet I learned how to express emotions from those goons from Brooklyn and Harlem. My Queens family taught me to suppress them emotions. Yeah, well, those emotions look like they came out that night. Powerful. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Both powerfuls was like back to back. It was Powerful the Great that had the store on Fulton. And then that Powerful. So yeah, that was a rough little stretch right there. You know what I'm saying? You know, we got hit. We got hit this time too, man. We had Black Sun and Najee. It was more than a week, but not much more. You know, and all of that is still, it adds into what I was saying in terms of us keeping it strong and keeping it steady, man. Is that, look, you know, it's the last of the brothers, man, that walk with Allah, man. You know what I'm saying? And so, you know, if we start letting this thing go sideways, you know what I'm saying? Just look, teach on, and don't fuck this up. But with that, I'm gonna say peace. You know, perhaps we'll make it back on later in the week. But I'm about to go hit this refrigerator. Peace.